There's breaking news just coming in. Fresh raids by the NIA at two separate locations in Jammu and Kashmir's Anantnag. This is a day after joint raids by NIA, IB, RAW and CRPF in at least 10 locations of Anantnag, Avantipora, Baramulla and Srinagar led to busting of a new ISIS module. Yesterday's raids were targeted at Umar Bhatt, a suspected terror operative resident of South Kashmir. There's a fresh raid that is being conducted. Kamal is now joining us live. Kamaljeet now joins us live for the very latest on this story. Kamaljeet, walk our viewers through the fresh raids by the NIA, the two separate locations. Of course, this is coming in after the raids that were conducted yesterday as well in different locations.
Well, yesterday raids were carried out at 7 different locations and today in 2 separate locations in Achalbal, Anantnag. Now, this is one of the biggest collaborations between IB, RAW, the NIA. Also involved on ground is Jammu Kashmir Police as well as the CRPF. What is significant is that the inputs came in from RAW as well as the American intelligence agencies. Sources said that Voice of Hind is a magazine, a digital magazine, which was obviously something that they were closely in contact with because this was instigating Indian Muslims. And this is when they started collaborating and finding out. They shared the details that it was perhaps in Afghanistan from where it was elaborated and it was coming in from. However, the American forces on its part put in its digital team and they cracked the code. And we've been told, as far as the agencies are concerned, they found out and finally tracked it down to Achabal in South Kashmir. Umar Bhatt seems to be the new face of terror. The Amers from Bangladesh, from Maldives, from Sri Lanka were reporting to him. They were uplicking articles in the dark web trying to instigate. So far, no weapons have been found. But yes, they were not only heavily recruiting, they were propagating, they were radicalizing Indian Muslims, and that was where the concern really was. Now, massive raids have been carried out. We've also been told once Umar Bhatt was identified,
yes,
those people who are in his...
Stay on with there, Kamaljeet. We've got some breaking news coming in at the moment, cutting straight across to it. The breaking news is about Oaisi's alliance. Suheldev Bharatiya Samaj Party Chief Om Prakash Rajbhar saying that he will meet Aam Aadmi Party leader Arvind Kejriwal this week to form up an alliance for the Uttar Pradesh Assembly polls. Rajbhar is leading a morcha of smaller parties and says that he will play a major role in forming the next government in the state after the 2022 Assembly polls. The AIMIM had recently announced that it would contest in 100 seats in the next Uttar Pradesh Assembly polls in alliance with the morcha. So that's the latest coming in. It's a significant development coming in ahead of the upcoming Uttar Pradesh polls with Oaisi's ally and Suheldev Bharatiya Samaj Party Chief Om Prakash Rajbhar meeting Aam Aadmi Party leader Arvind Kejriwal. Big questions arising on whether there would be a possible alliance in the cards, and is the Aam Aadmi Party trying to consolidate its position in UP ahead of the polls. Big Al-Qaeda module busted by UP ATS in Lucknow. A day after arrest of 2 Al-Qaeda terrorists, a massive manhunt is underway across UP as 5 terrorists are still on the run. High alert has been sounded off in the state as the suspects are learned to be carrying explosives. India today has also accessed exclusive details from the terrorists. Terrorists managed to make cooker bomb in just 3,000 rupees. They used e-rickshaw battery for making bombs and were in a process of identifying a target to unleash their terror activity. Upon investigation, UP ATS, I beg your pardon, is conducting raids in 4 UP districts. 3 suspected terrorists have been taken into custody from Kanpur, 1 from Sambhal. Meanwhile, the 2 arrested terrorists are going to be produced before the court shortly, where ATS will seek their custody. A special Delhi police team is also going to be visiting Lucknow soon to interrogate the suspects. India today has learned that a safari car that was found parked outside the terrorist's house could prove to be a key link in this case. According to ATS IG GK Goswami, the car that is said to have belonged to arrested terrorist Minhaj's neighbor Shahid. The car was allegedly spotted in several states, including Jammu and Kashmir. We're getting a reaction coming in. My colleague Samar Srivastava spoke to UP Law Minister Brajesh Pathak, who said that call details of various suspects are being traced and no one is going to be spared. Here's a look.
इस मामले में कड़ी कार्रवाई करने का मन हम लोग बनाए थे और काफ़ी समय से हम लोग पीछे लगे हुए थे। जैसे ही वो घर पर मिले उनको धर दबोचा गया है। अभी पूरी जांच चल रही है। अभी कई बड़े चेहरे भी सामने आएंगे और ये तय है कि इसमें हम किसी को छोड़ेंगे नहीं। उत्तर प्रदेश की व्यवस्था को, जो शांति व्यवस्था को बिगाड़ने का प्रयास ये लोग कर रहे हैं, खून खराबा करना चाहते हैं, हमारी सरकार पूरी तरह से प्रतिबद्ध है। बहुत ही कड़ी कार्रवाई करेंगे।
कितने लोग सर एक्सेस में हैं? 2 अरेस्टिंग हुई हैं, जैसा कि कल एडीजी ने भी बताया।
अभी चूंकि जांच चल रही है, बहुत ही संवेदनशील मामला है। जांच के दौरान कुछ भी उजागर करना अच्छा नहीं माना जाता है, लेकिन ये तय है कि हम बहुत कड़ी कार्रवाई करने जा रहे हैं। उत्तर प्रदेश की शांति व्यवस्था को, माहौल को बिगाड़ने की इजाजत हम किसी को नहीं देंगे और हमारी पुलिस ATS हर बिंदु पर जांच कर रही है और कई लोगों के फोन नंबर्स और कॉल डिटेल्स खंगाले जा रहे हैं।
ये जो मॉड्यूल था, ये कभी भी किसी भी समय बहुत बड़ी घटना को अंजाम दे सकता था और हालांकि ATS चाह रही थी कि और डिटेलिंग कर ले, लेकिन चूंकि कोई बड़ी घटना न हो इसलिए इनको तुरंत कार्रवाई करनी पड़ी और 2 लोगों को गिरफ्तार किया है। आगे भी जो है इनसे जो संपर्क में हैं उन पर कार्रवाई की जाएगी, लेकिन जिस बिंदु पर गिरफ्तार किया है, जो अलकायदा से लिंक्स पर जो गिरफ्तार किया, वो स्पष्ट है, एविडेंस कंफर्म्ड है।
We're talking about the Lucknow terror crackdown and the DIY bomb, the investigation of the arrested terrorists. India Today has learned that these terrorists were making a DIY bomb. Let's get you the details. The accused used own money for the IED bomb making. They used their own money to do this. The pressure cooker IED took 3,000 rupees to make. This is a DIY bomb. We're talking about e-rickshaw batteries were used in this particular bomb. What more do we know about this? Terrorists were identifying their targets. Use Telegram app to get in touch with Al-Qaeda as well. So they were using the Telegram app. AF Pakistan border base. Omar was the handler. And this is what we know so far on the 3,000 rupees DIY bomb. Breaking news coming in. UP ATS to probe bank accounts of 2 operatives of the Al-Qaeda-linked Ansar Ghazwatul Hind, who were arrested in Lucknow yesterday. The probe agency is also looking for their passport, which is yet to be recovered. Politics has erupted over UP ATS busting Al-Qaeda terror module in Lucknow yesterday. The BJP has hit out at the Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav, who questioned UP police after it arrested 2 Al-Qaeda terrorists from Lucknow. Akhilesh has said that yesterday that he neither believes UP police nor the government when it comes to arrests of terror suspects. BJP IT cell head Amit Malviya slammed Akhilesh for this comment. He said, and I quote, "First, Akhilesh Yadav first had doubts about the vaccine. Now he says he cannot trust Uttar Pradesh police's action against the terrorists. Then why does he want to become the chief minister?" Unquote. Meanwhile, Congress too has raised questions on UP police's action. In a jibe, Rashid Alvi has said the terrorists will keep getting arrested till UP polls. UP ATS yesterday arrested 2 suspected members of an Al-Qaeda terror ring. They said that they were trying to conduct suicide attacks in the run-up to Independence Day.
तो बक्का में ATS का एक ऑपरेशन चल रहा है, उसमें उन्होंने एक घर को घेरा हुआ है।
मैं उत्तर प्रदेश की पुलिस पर और खासकर बीजेपी की सरकार भरोसा नहीं कर सकता।
जब तक उत्तर प्रदेश का चुनाव होगा, टेररिस्ट पकड़े जाते रहेंगे। पहले भी जब चुनाव हुआ था, टेररिस्ट पकड़े गए थे, बीच में टेररिस्ट की गतिविधियां ख़त्म हो गई थी। लेकिन जब जब चुनाव आता है, इस तरीके के वाक़यात होते हैं। ये क्यों होते हैं, इस सवाल का जवाब योगी आदित्यनाथ और बीजेपी के नेता ही दे सकते हैं।
देखिए, ये वो लोग हैं जो सुरक्षा एजेंसियों पर नहीं, आतंकियों पर भरोसा करते हैं। लेकिन हम उन्हें बताना चाहते हैं कि उत्तर प्रदेश में हमारी सुरक्षा एजेंसियां बहुत सतर्क हैं। हम सबको सुरक्षित रखने में उनका पूरा योगदान है। आज बहुत बड़ी साजिश को उत्तर प्रदेश में नाकाम किया है, आतंकी साजिश को नाकाम किया है। इसलिए आपको भी सुरक्षित किया है, हमें भी सुरक्षित किया है। प्रदेश की 23 करोड़ जनता को भी आतंकियों से सुरक्षित करने का काम हमारी एजेंसियों ने किया है। इसलिए इनका मनोबल तोड़ने का काम मत क्या कीजिए।
बहुत चिंता होती है जब उत्तर प्रदेश के पूर्व मुख्यमंत्री और समाजवादी पार्टी के अध्यक्ष अखिलेश यादव जी ये कहते हैं कि हमें यूपी पुलिस पर भरोसा नहीं है। अपनी सरकार में आतंकवादियों को छोड़ने वाले अखिलेश यादव जी कल को कहीं ये न कह दे कि इन मासूम को फंसाया जा रहा है तो कोई आश्चर्य नहीं होगा। लेकिन ये बंद करना चाहिए। अखिलेश यादव जी ये आतंकवादी हैं। आतंकियों को मजहब से जोड़ करके तुष्टीकरण की इस नीति पर अब आप कम से कम बंद कर दीजिए और पुनर्विचार कीजिए। आज पार्टी की क्या दशा हुई है, ये इसी कारण से है।
Protests have erupted in Tamil Nadu over unconfirmed reports of bifurcation of the state. Twitter and Facebook were flooded with posts favouring and opposing the concept of creating Kongu Nadu, a separate state carved out of Tamil Nadu. But what triggered this controversy? We're going to tell you in this report.
A showdown in Tamil Nadu over bifurcation of the state. Will we see the birth of Kongu Nadu from the western districts in the state? There is an endless speculation on social media and it has fueled the protests. What started it all was this cabinet list last week of the inductions in Team Modi. L. Murugan was listed too, and his native was mentioned as Kongu Nadu instead of Namakkal. It triggered a political fight in Tamil Nadu over the Kongu belt, the only area in the state where the BJP and AIADMK have sizable support. The BJP has added fuel to the fire, saying people's wishes must be fulfilled.
இருக்கிற மாநில மக்கள் விருப்பத்தின் அடிப்படையிலே தான் பல்வேறு மாநிலங்கள் பிரிக்கப்பட்டிருக்கிறது. சமீபத்திய உதாரணம் தெலுங்கானா. அதுபோன்ற அந்த பகுதி மக்கள் என்ன விரும்புகிறார்களோ அதை நிறைவேற்ற வேண்டியது அரசின் கடமை. பெரும்பான்மையான மக்களுடைய விருப்பம்தான் நம் நாட்டில் ஏற்றுக்கொள்ளப்பட்ட ஒரு விஷயமாக.
But the DMK has made it clear a bifurcation is quite simply impossible.
தமிழ்நாட்டை யாரும் பிரிக்க முடியாது. அதனால யாரும் அந்த கனவெல்லாம் நீங்க அப்படிலாம் கவலைப்பட வேண்டிய அவசியம் கிடையாது. அது நிச்சயமாக ஒன்றிய அரசு தான். ஏன்னா அரசியல் சட்டத்திலே ஒன்றிய அரசு யூனியன் கவர்மெண்ட் அப்படின்னு தான் சொல்லியிருக்கு. அதனால அதுல ஒன்றும் தவறு இல்லை. அது நாட்டுக்கு எதிரான ஒன்றும்.
DMK workers also hit the streets on Sunday against the birth of Kongu Nadu. The BJP's Kongu Nadu narrative is being seen as a counter to the DMK referring to the central government as the union government, as Ondre Arasu instead of Marthia Arasu. But can a bifurcation actually happen? For now, it's mere speculation. With Akshay Nath and Pramod Madhav in Chennai, Bureau Report, India Today.
Superstar Rajinikanth today ruled out his entry into politics. Saliva has dissolved his outfit Rajni Makkal Mandram that was set up in 2018 after his announcement that he would enter politics. The association will now continue as a fans welfare group. Rajni met with office bearers of the association after he said there were several queries on whether he would ever enter politics. Rajni had returned to Chennai just about a few days ago from America, where he had gone for medical treatment.
நான் அரசியலுக்கு வரப்போவதில்லை, வர முடியல அப்படின்னு சொன்னதுக்கப்புறம் நான் என்னுடைய மக்கள் மன்ற நிர்வாகிகளுடைய ரசிகர்களுடைய யாரையும் சந்திக்க முடியல. ஏன்னா அண்ணாத்த ஷூட்டிங் கொஞ்சம் லேட் ஆச்சு. அண்ணாத்த ஷூட்டிங் முடிச்சுட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் எலெக்ஷன் எல்லாம் வந்த பிறகு அதுக்கப்புறம் கொரோனா வந்துச்சு. அதுக்கப்புறம் என்னுடைய மெடிக்கல் செக்கப்புக்காக நான் அமெரிக்கா போயிட்டு இப்போ நான் வந்திருக்கேன். மக்கள் மன்றத்தில் மக்கள் மன்றத்தை தொடரலாமா, அதில் பணி என்ன அப்படிங்கிற கேள்வியெல்லாம் மக்கள் மன்ற நிர்வாகிகள் ரசிகர்கள் எல்லாருக்குமே இருக்குது. அண்ட் நானும் நெக்ஸ்ட் அரசியலுக்கு வரப்போகிறேன்னா ஃப்யூச்சரில் இல்லையா அப்படி கேள்வியெல்லாம் இருக்குது. அது நிர்வாகிக்கிட்ட அவங்ககிட்ட நான் பேசி முடிச்சுட்டு உங்ககிட்ட நான் தொடர்ச்சில் விட்டுறேன்.
More than 60 people in northern India have been killed by dozens of lightning strikes. Thunderstorms caused by widespread damage to trees and properties. Prime Minister Narendra Modi expressed grief over the death of at least 20 people due to lightning strikes in several districts of Rajasthan on Sunday. The Prime Minister took to Twitter and expressed his deepest condolences to the families of the deceased. Amongst the dead, 11 were from Jaipur, 3 from Dholpur, 4 from Kota and 1 from Baran. Meanwhile, Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot has also announced ex gratia of 5 lakh rupees each for the kin of the deceased. Not only Rajasthan, but the lightning killed several in Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh as well. At least 41 people lost their lives in different places in UP. Maximum deaths were reported from Prayagraj. Compensation has also been announced in UP. 2 lakh rupees is going to be given out to relatives of the deceased and 50,000 rupees is going to be given out to the injured.
After a long wait for the monsoon, now UP witnesses lightning and thunderstorm at several districts of Uttar Pradesh, including Prayagraj, where 14 deaths have been reported. Other than that, Kanpur, Fatehpur, Kaushambi, Sonbhadra and many other districts have been affected. More than 41 deaths have already been reported in Uttar Pradesh. The government of UP is on high alert and CM Yogi Adityanath has given clear instruction to send the relief and at the same time the compensation to the families. At the same time, the meteorological department has said that for coming 1-2 days, the situation will be under the monitoring, and at the same time, UP government has given clear indications to make sure that this relief should reach to the families as soon as possible. But with that, UP is on alert with the cases reported from many districts, and CM Yogi Adityanath has also given again indications to make sure that the relief is sent to the family members on time. In Fatehpur with cameraman Neeraj Kumar, Abhishek Mishra for India Today.
A terrible, devastating tragedy struck Rajasthan on Sunday evening and night, in which 20 people lost their lives due to sky lightning at various places. We are right now at Amer, where you can see a search operation is going on right now. Early in the after the tragedy struck on Sunday night, the members of the State Disaster Relief Force are trying to find out whether there are any more bodies to be found. You can see the rescue operation or the search operation that is currently on. This is the watchtower where sky lightning struck on Sunday. You can see the telltale signs out here. There are remnants of birds, there are slippers, there are specks that are lying around. This place, this watchtower is about 500 meters away from the Amer Fort, and this is an arduous route which around 40 people took on Sunday evening to enjoy the rains that signaled the onset of monsoons in Rajasthan. But little perhaps they did not know what kind of tragedy awaited them.